Darkest Sideshow Bob episodes. Few characters in The Simpsons bring as much chaos as Sideshow Bob. With every return, his plans grow bolder, his hatred sharper, and his threats more dangerous. What makes Bob so memorable isn't just his evil plots, it's how close he gets to pulling them off. Across the years, Bob has turned Springfield into his personal battleground, leaving behind some of the show's most intense and unsettling moments. Let's begin with one of the most chilling Sideshow Bob episodes ever, Cape Fear, Season 5, Episode 2. Sideshow Bob gets out of prison with one goal. He wants to kill Bart Simpson. No talking, no second chances. Just straight up murder. He starts by sending death threats, which Bart reads one by one with shaky hands. The family's scared and the police aren't helping. Wiggum sets up a useless round-the-clock watch, but Bart still gets more letters.
Don't worry, Mrs. Simpson. We've helped hundreds of people in danger. We'll give you a new name, a new job, new identities.
Woo! I want to be John Elway.
So the Simpsons move. They go into witness protection. They change their name to Thompson and live on a houseboat. But of course Bob follows because Bob is insane and Bob is obsessed. And Bob is also under their car. Yeah, the man ties himself to the bottom of their vehicle and rides under it the whole way. Like I said, Bob is insane. And then comes the night. The boat is quiet. Bart is alone and Bob appears with a knife. This isn't some silly cartoon villain.
Hello, Bart.
Mom! Dad!
Your family can't help you now.
This is a man who crawled through rivers and dirt just to kill a 10-year-old. Bart begs for time. He knows Bob loves theater, so he asks Bob to sing HMS Pinafore. Bob agrees. That's the only thing that saves Bart.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could sing the entire score of the HMS Pinafore.
Very well, Bart.
Bob performs the entire musical while Bart stalls. The cops arrive just before it's too late. It ends with Bob back in jail, but the fear never leaves. This episode didn't just make Sideshow Bob scary, it made him unforgettable. And it showed just how far he'd go to settle a score. Cape Fear is dark, nightmare fuel with a laugh track. Now we get into an episode where Bob's charm hides something truly evil. Black Widower, Season 3, Episode 21. By now, Sideshow Bob being in prison feels normal, and every time he gets out, someone suffers. This time, it's Selma. Bob writes to her from prison. His words are soft, sweet, and careful. Selma, who longs for love and trust, falls hard, and Bob knows exactly what to say because he knows how to play on loneliness. Soon, Bob is free, and he moves fast. Flowers, gifts, and promises pour in. Selma is sure she found happiness. The family worries, but Selma doesn't listen. She wants to believe in love. Only Bart stays sharp. He watches Bob with quiet fear.
That Sideshow Bob is a no-good showbiz phony.
Come on, Bart. If Krusty can find it in his heart to forgive him, surely you can too.
Bob's plan is simple but cruel. He rigs the hotel gas line. He knows Selma smokes when she watches TV, and one small flame will be enough to blow up the room. Bob would walk away with her life insurance and no regret. The night is tense. Selma sits on the couch with a match in hand as Bob watches calmly, coldly waiting for the trigger. His heart holds no guilt, only hunger for money.
Sideshow Bob, I'm afraid the only victims here are the good people at Best Western Hotels.
Bart! Selma! Oh!
You tried to kill me. I want a separation.
Bob's mask finally falls and his fake kindness turns to raw anger. The police storm in and drag him away. Selma stands frozen, shaking, her heart broken by the man she trusted. This episode isn't just dark because of the murder plot. It's dark because of the heartbreak. Bob didn't just use his hands to hurt Selma. He used his words, his charm, and her dreams against her. Black Widower shows that Bob doesn't need a weapon to destroy lives. His smile is sharp enough to cut deep. Now we reach the episode where Bob's revenge cuts deeper than ever. Day of the Jackanapes, Season 12, Episode 13. By this point, it's like Springfield has a revolving door for Sideshow Bob. He's always back, always scheming, always ready to bring chaos. This time, his anger isn't at Bart. It's focused on Krusty.
You've erased my past. Now I'll erase your future.
Bob blames Krusty for every failure and bitter moment in his life. So when Krusty announces his final show, Bob sees his moment. Not just revenge, complete destruction. broadcast to every home. Bob's plan is chilling. He hypnotizes Bart and straps a bomb to him. Yes, a child. Bob's twisted mind thinks it's the perfect way to ruin Krusty. Bart walks onto stage, dazed and blank-eyed, ready to kill without even knowing it. The crowd laughs, clueless. Krusty grins, thinking it's just another gag, but the next moment turns darker. Can you imagine sitting in that audience or watching it at home? One minute you're smiling, the next you're watching a child walk toward disaster. It's shocking, it's terrifying, and it shows how far Bob's madness can go. But then comes a surprise. Bart breaks free, and the moment turns from dark to near tragic. Bob's whole plan falls apart. Bob's face says everything when he fails. His calm smile melts into rage and despair. He's dragged away, screaming as the crowd cheers. Day of the Jackanapes doesn't just show Bob as a villain. It shows him as a broken, bitter man who will destroy anything to get what he wants. Now, let's go back to where Bob's dark path all began. Krusty gets busted. Season 1, Episode 12. It all begins with one of the biggest shocks in Springfield's history. Krusty the Clown, everyone's favorite TV star, is arrested for robbing the Quickie Mart. The town explodes in anger. Kids cry, parents feel betrayed, and Bart can't believe it. His hero dragged away in handcuffs. But the darkest part is that Krusty says he's innocent. Nobody listens and nobody cares. Nobody except Bart and Lisa.
Say it ain't so, Krusty.
My client has no comment this time. I didn't do it.
While the town celebrates Bob taking over Krusty's show, something darker brews. Sideshow Bob becomes an overnight star. He smiles kindly, speaks gently, and calls for smarter entertainment. Adults love it and parents cheer, but under that calm surface, Bob hides a cold heart. Bart and Lisa begin to notice the cracks.
Look, Lisa, I know Krusty's innocent. Don't ask me why. It's just a feeling I have.
Oh, Bart.
Come on, Lisa. I think I can prove Krusty's innocent, but I need your help.
You do?
Krusty can't read because of an eye injury. Krusty's big clown feet don't match the robber's footprints. Bart tricks Bob into confessing on live TV. Bob's kind face twists into anger. His soft voice turns sharp. The crowd gasps as the truth comes out and Bob is led away in handcuffs, his head low. Krusty is freed, but Springfield is left shaken. It's the moment Bob's true nature is revealed, and it's the start of a long and dangerous game. Things get even darker when Bob sets his sights on City Hall. Sideshow Bob Roberts. Season 6, Episode 5. Springfield should know by now that giving Bob power always leads to disaster, but somehow they forget every time. This time, Bob is not hiding in the shadows. He's standing on stage, running for mayor. Bob charms his way out of prison with legal tricks and walks straight into politics. The scariest part is how easily the town falls for him. With smooth words and fake promises, Bob wins their heart. He smiles on camera, shakes hands, and promises everything they want. The people cheer while Mayor Quimby fumbles through his campaign.
The results are in for Sideshow Bob 100%, for Joe Quimby 1%, and we remind you there is a 1% margin of error.
Before anyone can blink, Bob wins by a landslide. But behind Bob's charm hides something darker. This is not just about power, this is about revenge. Bart and Lisa sense something is very wrong. Votes go missing, and Bob's campaign feels dirty. The kids start digging, and what they find chills them. Bob rigged the election. As Bart and Lisa race for the truth, Springfield begins to fall apart. Bob rules with a cold smile. He fires people, bullies his enemies, and takes control of everything. Finally, the kids expose Bob's crimes. They stand up in front of everyone, voices shaking but determined. Bob's calm face twists with anger as his plan crashes down. The crowd watches in shock as Bob is dragged away.
You were just Barlow's lackey.
You were Ronnie to his Nancy.
Sonny to his Cher.
Bingo to his rest of the Beatles.
Enough! Lies, lies, lies! I did it! I did it all! There.
Sideshow Bob Roberts is more than a political joke. And Sideshow Bob is not always the dark villain in the shadows. Sometimes he's right in front of everyone, plotting and smiling. Let's move to the episode where Bob's brother steps into the spotlight. Brother from another series. Season 8, Episode 16. Sideshow Bob is back, this time released from prison under a work program. He is assigned to help rebuild the Springfield Dam, working under his brother Cecil.
Cecil?
Is it really you?
Hello, brother. I'm happy to see you.
Bob claims he has changed. He says he wants to leave crime behind and live a good life. It almost sounds believable, but Bart can't trust him. After all the times Bob has tried to kill him, why would he believe a single word? Lisa feels the same. They keep their eyes on Bob, waiting for him to slip back into his dark ways. At first, Bob surprises them. He works hard on the dam. He listens to Cecil's orders and stays polite. Even Bart starts to wonder if maybe, just maybe, Bob wants to do good. But the next twist makes everything darker. It's not Bob who's the villain this time. It's Cecil.
What happened to all the concrete?
You cut back on building materials and kept all the money for yourself. That's what happened.
Get him, Lise!
I wasn't in charge of the money. Cecil was.
Cecil has been planning to blow up the dam and steal millions. He fools everyone, even his own brother. Bob, for once, becomes the hero, trying to stop the destruction. But no one believes him. Seeing Bob fight to save the town while people expect the worst from him adds real tension. The dam shakes and water rushes in. Bart, Lisa, Bob, and Cecil face off as everything falls apart. Even though Bob saves the day, it doesn't matter. He still lands back in prison, tied to the crime by bad luck. Brother from another series is dark in a different way. Cecil was ready to end everyone, even his brother, for millions. Good thing Cecil is as bad as Bob when it comes to pulling off schemes. And that brings us to the end of Sideshow Bob's darkest moments on The Simpsons. From twisted schemes to near disasters, Bob has left his mark on Springfield in ways that are hard to forget. There were laughs along the way, but the danger lurking behind the smile always left a chill. If you had fun with this list, drop a like, tell us your most unforgettable Sideshow Bob episode in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you catch what's coming next.